Good morning again. Welcome to Move More, Reimagine Cornwall, and welcome to our crazy world.
Good morning. How are we? Are we all right? Thumbs up. Good.
Fabulous. You all right? So we're week 16, so over halfway there. So we're adding in a few more exercises, movements. So just do what you can today. Follow if you can. We're going to do some on the chair and some on the floor. We don't expect you to be on the floor. And we're going to record this and send it out to people so you can follow it at home in your own time.
If that doesn't make sense to you, we'll say it again. We're going to, today all our sessions get recorded, but today I'm going to do some exercises on the floor. And those exercises on the floor you can do on your bed or your sofa or indeed the floor. But we will demonstrate. So the safest place for you to do falls prevention exercises is the floor. You can't fall from the floor. So don't freak out if you're new, Robin. Just observe. And it's what basically will happen is we'll show one equivalent and then we'll show another equivalent. Okay? So, and this is all about your workout. This is about how we can manage your health and more importantly, your confidence. So you might surprise yourself, and it's those little wins that mean the world to us when we get the messages back from you that says things like, I could get in the bath, or I went for a walk today, or I managed to have a shower unaided. That it's those things that are massive, they're big deals, and they surprise you because your confidence comes, and that's what so much of this program's about. So without further ado, over to you.
Thank you.
I'm a poet.
You are, and you don't know it. Oh dear. Welcome to Monday Madness. Okay, so we're going to start by a little circulation boost, lifting up the heels, just gently to start with. And let's add the arms in straight away. Blimey.
So it's what I was saying, they can't see my feet on that side, so here I'm on that side.
Is that because you're tall?
Because I'm a giant.
Because of the words. Right, so we're marching, aren't we? Lifting the heels, keep the feet on the floor for now. Just gently warming up the bodies, the muscles, the joints, before we make those bigger movements. Okay, so we're going to slow it down. We're going to really lift the heel and then pop it down and really lift the other heel. So working through these ankles, through the feet, all those bones in the feet. Bones and joints, there's fluid in every joint. We need to get it warm, especially later because we're going to be lunging. We love lunging. Okay, let's come to heel toe. Heel toe, and it doesn't have to be a big knee movement, but I want you to really try to put your foot and heel on the same spot on the floor. And we do that so that we move the ankle in a large range of movement, with a large range of movement. So toe down, push the front of that foot forwards as you push the heel in, squeeze the toes up towards the knee. Lovely, and let's change feet. So, and one side might feel really different. It might feel really stiff or painful, uncomfortable. Work with those movements. So start small maybe, and then gradually try and make it a little bit bigger. And for some of you, you might not get much more movement, but to keep that movement that you've got there is really important. Okay, if you struggle with that, you can always circle through the ankle. Okay, and let's come back to that little march or that heel raise. So, why do we do this?
Why do we march our feet?
Why do we do a little circulation boost?
Because it increases blood flow. It doesn't increase blood flow. You can't actually increase blood flow. What it can do is increase speed of blood flow around your body. Circulation means, and you know what circulation means, we need to just make sure that all elements of the body is all firing on all cylinders so that your heart is beating, your heart muscle is working nicely. It knows that it's not being sedentary, you are being exercised. We're lubricating joints, so that's the important thing.
Look at my elbows, my arms.
And the more we get moving here in that circulation boost, the better we can get out of your session.
Lovely. Okay, feet nice and wide, hands down to your sides, little lean to the side, and a pull up and reset in the centre. And keep breathing. So we try not to hold our breath. And you can see that my chin, my head stays in line with my spine. So just to protect your neck, but we're really working through these side seams of your body. And try and keep both your bum cheeks on the chair or both your feet, but the weight through both of your feet if you're standing, so that we get more of a movement through the waist. And keep breathing and smile. Lovely. Okay, let's come to a little rotation. So either Helen's going to pop her hands across and I'm going to slide my hands up and down my thighs as I'm sitting. And again, I'm going to try and keep my knees still and not moving, which moves the spine a little bit more. It's more focused. So hips and knees face forwards. If you're sitting, that elbow pulls back and your eye gaze follows you.
Why is this important, Pat?
Well, we've just done, if you imagine your spine, we've just done this way, so now we're going round the other way. So it just mobilises all those bones in your spine, all those vertebrae. It warms up the fluid in between, and it means that you won't be so clunky or sore.
What if I feel dizzy, Pat?
If you're dizzy, stop and just pump your heels or squeeze your toes in your shoes and breathe. You can always come back to a little heel pump or a breath. Okay, let's come back to those heel lifts. And we're adding the arms again. Now this time, so last time what I saw was some of you doing that, like a little robot. We're not robots, we're big movements, okay? We're thinking about the whole of that shoulder movement. Oh, I've got a bit of a clunk going on. And clunks are fine, hopefully they'll subside. What we don't want is pain, so relax those shoulders down. If you're holding yourself all tight, it might well hurt. So just breathe. Excellent. Lovely.
Do I have to go fast?
No, not at all. We're thinking about that big movement. You can, if you've got the movement and the technique correct, and sometimes it helps, you might want to do it in the mirror so that you can look at your bodies. If you've got the correct movement, then you can add in a little bit of speed, but we really want those big movements, those focus movements. Yeah, see, a small movement means you're not really picking up your feet, are you? And you're not swinging the elbows, you're not moving the shoulders. So making it slower means that you're doing it better. Okay, let's do neck. So let's just take your eye gaze to one side. So looking over the shoulder and coming back to the centre, reset, have a wiggle jiggle if you need to, and then the other way. So keep your shoulders relaxed and nice and still, so you feel that stretch through the neck. Lovely. And then my favourite one, I'll let Helen demonstrate though, because it gives you a double chin. So you can either put your finger on your chin and pull away, so you pull back, that's it. So you pull your chin away from your finger, or you can push back. You can imagine you're pushing the chin back. So you can.
It's really not very flattering, is it?
Go on, do it again. So what we're looking at is here. So the neck here is the head's jutted forwards, and then we're pulling back. That's it. So length. So we're bringing length to the back of the neck, which elongates the spine.
And it feels really nice.
It does. I love this
skull
one
as well. It's a lovely feeling.
Yeah, and it really you can feel it in your shoulders, can't you? And if you're suffering from tight shoulders, headaches, neck strain, do this one because it's really good for you. And it's one that we kind of neglect and we forget to do. Okay, back to that march. Now we're starting to lift those feet off the floor. And you can come up to standing if you'd like to. You all right?
Yeah, can I just explain?
You can.
Using a little bit of common sense. Use chairs for your support. use a wall for your support. So don't overwhelm yourselves, tigers. If there's a little wall, use it. It's there to help, okay? If there's a sideboard, use it, because this is how we build that courage for you to be able to advance and progress your movements.
If some of you are still sitting and don't want to stand today, if we're ever lifting our legs, you can sit back in your chair and then lift those knees. Good.
I feel like I've been marching for ages already.
Good. It's a good thing.
Oh.
It might be a bit boring, but marching is so good for you. We're going to tap together. So in seated, you can tap one foot together, or you can just tap out.
See, when I move side to side, there's like music going on in my head when I do this.
Yeah.
But then I would be in the kitchen doing this.
Doing your
Because
little
I am
dance.
literally, doing a little dance,
Does a
doing a
little
little walk.
dance.
But in my kitchen, I'm thinking, I've picked up the kettle,
Yeah.
and then I've walked over to the sink to fill up the kettle,
Yeah.
and then I've walked back to the kettle
To
and
make me a
plugged it
nice
in.
cup of tea.
And now I'm going to turn a couple of times
Yeah.
because my fridge is over there. So I need to get the milk out of my fridge, and then I'm aware that I'm sidestepping
Yeah.
back towards the kettle.
So you're going
which
in
is
like you're like in a goalpost shape, aren't you? So
A goalpost
a
shape?
goalpost. So you're stepping to the side, and
What
then you're
type of
stepping back.
goalpost are we in?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's an L shape, isn't it? Right.
Just don't watch much sport,
No,
Pat.
I don't. Okay, so little side step, and let's add in that movement. You scared me. That little turn. So add in a turn, whichever way is better for you. So if you've got a chair by you, you might want to just turn. I'll show you.
I feel like we could be dancing.
We could be dancing.
Just. Is this a bit awkward?
That's better. You could have a little dance with your partner. Or
hang
a
on,
pretend
elbows.
partner.
You go
We're on
nice and
Strictly
tall.
now. Head back.
Our
Oh.
boobs touch when we do.
Behave. So, you can turn, step and turn. And because I got my chair, and because I might be a bit wobbly, a bit more wobbly than Helen, I can still hold on to my chair, and I can still turn within the parameters of my chair.
So, from those who are sat in life, this is you getting in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
And then sitting back. This is you getting out of the passenger seat. Because we're ladies, 2 legs. But the point is, the side stepping comes into all elements of life. So don't fear the side step. Embrace it. Put some music to it. Make sure your bum doesn't catch on fire though. You get a bit hot, don't you?
And as I'm turning, I'm having to step and like do a little twiddle. Twizzle?
Twizzle, that's
Twizzle. So I'm kind of going step together, little turn, or a couple of extra steps to pop you into the right direction. Yeah? Because we can't always twizzle. See what I mean? So a couple of steps, turn again, step.
But doing a couple
Turn.
of steps like this is quite useful too,
It is,
isn't it,
yeah.
Patricia?
It is, Helen.
So, do you remember when we assessed you? We used to ask you how many steps it takes to turn. That's where this is. This is all around building the evidence and doing the moves that improve your confidence. So it's all good stuff. It's all related. So don't just think we're loonies.
Well, let's add that in. Let's add a turn. So walking and turning is multitasking, and we like to add these in. And you know, we would, if we were live in the class, I'd get you to spell your name backwards while you were walking.
It's too complicated to say that,
It is.
describe that.
Yeah. But today, all we're going to do is just to get you to turn. So turn yourself around one way and then go the other way. So stepping and turning. And it sounds quite easy, doesn't it? But actually, if you have problems with your balance or focus, and we know that we need to think about your eyesight. Helen's got a problem with her ear today. So we know that Helen might be a little bit unbalanced because she can't hear properly.
Yeah, a lot of you would say I'm unbalanced.
Yeah.
I know you are.
We know that. That's it. And it's great to practice. And again, you don't need to be fast. You can be really slow. And if you're sitting, just a little turn in the chair is good. Good. That's it.
Oh, changed it up a little bit, Pat.
Helen's doing a little walk forwards and a walk back. Now you can do it against a wall if you need that support.
Kitchen sideboards are good for this,
yeah,
aren't they?
your kitchen worktop, or just go within your chair limits. Jim, if you're seated, just a little step forwards and a lean, and a little step back and a lean. Anybody at Age UK who's sitting, same. So a little step forwards and back, or if you're standing, follow Helen. Excuse me. That's it. And really think about your foot placement. So, are you in a narrow step? Are you a wobbler? Do you need to take your feet a little bit wider? And, you know, if we've been walking like this for a long time, it's hard to break those habits, but just that little thought about how we're walking. So as we go back, it's toe heel, and we tend not to think about it. But if you do trip, have you ever like tripped over your own feet? Why do we do that? Is it because we're not picking up our feet properly? Or is it because we're walking with our feet too close together? Just some things to contemplate, really, to see if there's any way that we can help you. How does that feel, walking forwards and back? Or stepping forwards and leaning? Does it make you fearful? Or are you okay with it?
The idea is reinforcing movement. So we keep repeating the same thing over and over again. It wouldn't be unusual for you to reverse walk. It could be, you know, walking into your bathroom at night and reversing back towards where the toilet is. It could be that you've put something in your sink and you've taken a couple of steps before you've moved into your sideboard. So these are all movement patterns that you would do at home. But it's being familiar, being comfortable walking backwards. And it's fear. So much of this is around, I don't like doing this. It doesn't make me feel safe. So we work in these safe environments. We work near places that will support you. And ultimately, this reduces the fear and improves the courage. And that's what we want, right?
Absolutely. Let's come back to that heel march. Breathe. Are we okay? Okay, so shall we take it to a little bit of fartlek?
I think we should.
And I'm going to do it in seated. So we're going to come into what is called a fartlek move. It's fartlek training. And what it is we're going to do 3 rounds of targeted movement, and we're going to run it for 25 seconds, and we're going to do 3 rounds. And I'm telling you that so that you know how much you've got to do and you can pace yourself.
Big camera?
Yeah, I'm going on the big camera.
Can I just explain? Because she went, fartlek training is, and then she didn't actually explain what fartlek training is. This bit of work we're about to show you and work with you is around increasing intensity of movement, but more importantly, coming back into recovery. So the idea behind fartlek is around training the heart muscle. We increase the intensity, that will increase the rate of beats per minute. But actually when we come back and finish the high intensity thing, we settle down and we want to come back into a steady state heart rhythm. So that's what it's about. It's used by sportsmen, athletes and rehab all around the world. It is a piece of science that we know is really effective of getting the heart muscles stronger. Okay, so here we go.
So Helen's going to lift her knees while she's, don't do it yet, we're timing you. In standing, you're going to lift your knees in front of you. It doesn't have to be fast, it's that height. In seated, I'm lying back, I'm resting back, and I'm lifting my knees up. Okay, now in between, it's just a little heel lift. Really important, in between you're not overdoing it. So
this is my recovery move.
gentle.
This is my active move. Got it?
Okay.
Are we ready?
So I'll count you down. You'll have 3 seconds and then I'll let you know. Okay, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1 and lift those knees. So a big movement. Breathe. So we're just going to do 1 round for now and then we'll explain a bit more. So just lift those legs. Breathe. You've got 3, 2, 1 and rest by just lifting the heels or moving the toes. Now your energy levels is what we work on. You've just got out of bed, that's a 0. You've just done a marathon, that's 10. We want your energy levels to be about a 6, about a 6. So you can still breathe, you can still talk, and we're ready to go again. So if you want to do the next round at the same level, then carry on at the same rate, the same speed. If you need to take it down, then make those movements smaller or sit down and do it. If you're not even feeling it, then maybe add on a little bit of speed. Okay, we're going to go again in 3, 2, 1, and let's lift those knees. That's it. Lift and breathe. Lift and breathe. Keep going. If you want to, while you're standing, you could add in an arm, a big arm swing, or both, or not. You could do it in seated. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, and come back to that recovery. So just a small heel lift. Take some breaths. Note how you're feeling. Note those energy levels. Are you at a 6, 8? Bring it down. 2, bring it up a little bit.
And it is those slow, long, regulated breaths that will help you to bring yourself back into recovery.
So if you want to go again at the same rate, do. If you need to rest out, that's fine as well. We're not going to tell you off. This is your workout.
Is this the third and final?
This is the third and last one. So you can give it some more energy, or you can stay the same, or you can reduce it a little bit. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So keep breathing. Lift those knees. Whoa. Look at that energy of our lovely Zoom class. Keep breathing. You're nearly done. That's it. 3, 2, 1, and just lift those heels. Breathe. So although we've finished the fartlek moves, we need to bring your heart rates down safely. We don't just stop up here, okay? So let's come back to that march. So still swinging those arms, but not as much as it when we were in the fartlek. Breathe. Take some long, deep breaths in. Lovely. And then we're going to go less arms and we're going to sidestep again. So sidestep together. So still moving the body. Still got some activity, some movement through the muscles, but bringing it down.
Have a look at
Yeah. So stepping together.
I'm just having a little look at you.
Stepping together. Breathing. So recovering with that breath.
Robin, you're looking great today. Welcome to the tribe.
That's it. Okay, we're going to take our feet wide and we're going to come into our fabulous favourite wide base sway. In standing, you can add a little push up. Well, you can in seated as well. So one hand to just push up. So if you're sitting, I should see that movement side to side, and this is where you do come off. You lift off one bum cheek and then the other. We can add both arms, so a little bit of balance as well. Good. Lovely. Fabulous. Okay, let's just go one arm. So you should feel your breath returning to a bit more of a normal rate. You shouldn't feel so puffed out, for example. And if I was to say to you, how are you feeling? You should be able to go, oh, I'm all right, I'm getting there now. I'm not as puffed out. You shouldn't be like, I can't breathe. So, no hands now, just back to the sway. So hopefully your heart rate's at a more regular level. You might not even notice that, but what you might notice is that your breathing has returned to a more regular rate. Okay, and then hold it there. I'm going to get you to sit down and grab a drink if you need to, while we demonstrate the next part. So a little bit of a rest for you while we demonstrate part of our program to you. And it will, for those of you that are new, might make sense to you what we do and why we do some of the movements. So all of this program works around getting you off the floor if you were to fall. It prevents you from falling, and we do that by making sure that you're strong through repetitive movements and strengthening, mobilizing your muscles and joints. Now, I'm going to show you, or Helen will join in, I'll show you how we get you on the floor and how we get you off. Okay, so I don't want you to do this, I want you to just watch. And some of you have done this with us in the classes when we were live, and some of you won't have done it at all. So, we're going to hip walk forwards in the chair. You're not, you're just going to stay. To stand, I'm going to take my feet back behind me. I'm going to lean forwards in the chair. I'm going to push up. I'm going to pump my heels when I get to the top. And we do that to stop us from feeling dizzy when we stand. I'm going to step away from my chair. And then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to face my chair.
Shush. Do it all silently.
Okay.
Just watch her.
She's so bossy.
Did she call me bossy? Good. See that? Nobody believes that you can get knees on the floor, but it's just for a moment, right? Just for a moment. And look, she came down onto her hip. Down onto her side. Believe it or not, this is possible, okay? While she's down there, we might as well get some other exercises going. So, clam is a really safe exercise for the pelvis, hip and back, so it is really nice and strong for you. While we're there, we might as well flip onto our backs as well. I'm just showing you, this is a sample of what can be done. So Pat's now going to do a bridge. So this is something that you can do in bed, no excuses. It is definitely something that's good for you. It's good for the whole back side of your body, from your heels up the calves, back of thigh and into your spine and shoulders. So this type of work is really important. We don't expect you to do it today, right now, live at this moment in time, unless you want to. But it's getting familiar to maneuver around the bed or sofa or floor, because God forbid you do fall. We need to think about how we can move ourselves out of that position to a place of safety. Now watch this bit. So from behind, we're not going to lie on our bellies today.
Okay.
Pat's going to push herself up using that strong arm. And she's going to use her hands nice and wide to bring her hips off the ground. And she's going to shuffle momentarily. So we fear the knees, right? Quickly bring that leg around, Pat. Use that power in your upper body to get yourself up and step in. Well done. Well done, my friend. Well done. Okay, so none of that seems like it's within our power to do that. But we can slow everything down for you to be able to get to this point, okay? The science tells us you can do it. So let's do it.
What do you want me to do?
All of it. Do whatever. Sorry to stop you talking, but there's a thing about listening and watching, and I just wanted you to watch. So today, let's have a look at this bit. Let's watch this back knee come down to the ground and back up again. Okay, back down to the ground. Now, when you're doing that, Look where Pat's looking. She's looking ahead, and then she's looking down, and then she's looking ahead, and then she's looking down. Okay? Let's see if we can capture this with you today. Right then. Okay, so you've all watched, you've all had a nice little break. I really want you to have a go at this, and it's the lunging towards the chair. So I want you to pick the bit that works for you. Right, so some of you will just go into the stand and sit, okay? So the stand, shuffle backwards, feel legs on back of chair, push the tush out. Shuffle forward, rise to stand, pump heels, shuffle backwards, tush out, stick it out, sit down, shuffle forward. It might be that some of you stay there. You know who you are. Remember, this is recorded. Play it back. Okay. So if you're doing that bit, just crack on. Feel safe. Right, the next group, if you feel you can walk away and turn and grab the chair, making sure there's a big space between front leg, back leg, and bring that back knee towards the ground and up again and down again. Do that. Do it a handful of times. And then rise and repeat, making sure you know the difference between your right leg and your left leg. Excellent, Sally, brilliant. So grabbing the chair is really important because it's good for that wrist strength. You know, I get it. I understand the arthritic wrists, arthritic fingers, the fingers are tight. Cheryl, you all right? Good, thumbs up. So this bit's really powerful stuff, all right? And I love that you go, yeah, not for me, but you might actually surprise yourself. Well done. Okay, let's keep going just for another moment or two. It's good. It's good to see so many of you having a go at this. AGK lot, marvellous. I never said stop. Excellent. Max, brilliant. Robin, brilliant. Stuart, excellent. Caroline, AGK crew. Sal, Cliff, brilliant. Cliff, make sure that front leg is quite close to the chair. There you go. Open up that stride. It might feel easier and less, you might feel more safe. Brilliant, Shirley. Well done, team. Nice, Violet. She gave that a go. Well done. Well done, everyone. Sit down and relax and give yourself a minute. Wow. AJK were absolutely fabulous doing that then. Brilliant. You just had time to wrap yourself around it. So you've got to remember with all these classes, sorry I'm off screen. I'm talking to you on Zoom as if you can see me and you can't. Oh God. Okay, so with all these classes, it's not like it's Jane Fonda. God forbid. Mind you, I do model myself on her, obviously. The point is that you see it, you practice it, you keep practicing it, and we're not seeing deterioration. We're seeing staying the same and improvements, and that's what we want. We don't want people to decline. So I love that you all gave that a real good go there. Okay.
Do the other bit, the floor, the kneel to the floor. Do you want to do it?
Right. So the next bit, and again, we're going to use a mat in the studio. If I just explain, so again, textbook and typically, if God forbid you fall, it's not going to be perfect. It will be a weird landing, and you'll land somewhere strange, like between a loo and a wall, and that's what happened to my dad. Just trying to get him out of that position when he dropped there was not ideal. So point is, in the real world, we don't know how it's going to happen, and we'll only teach the textbook version. But this is something I want to teach with you today and think about on the recording. So there's a... Huh?
I'm just going to take you back a bit so you're on camera.
Okay, so there's a big stride towards the chair and a grab. Watch the back knee. Watch the front leg. See that? So there was, my knees come down. Oh, panic, panic. Bring the other leg around. Now the next thing is, where do I go from here? The best place to be is low. Hand shuffle. Now this is slow motion. Nice big wide hands. Take knees one side. Slowly bring hip down. I feel safe here, but in a minute my arm's going to get tired. So albeit I'm safe, I've pressed my lifeline, but I know I'm going to get tired with that arm. So what I'm looking for is coming down into this box position, because this, when you're here, you can think. When you're in this box position, you've got a pause. Right, what's next? Right, I need to get my bum down. How do I do that? I'm going to shuffle to the side and bring my bottom down. That's it. Again, time to think. What's next? I'm going to go flat. I foamed on my lifeline and I'm going to lie down like a princess. And I'm just going to hang out. Using the top arm, that's the press up. That's what we're trying to achieve. That's what we've been doing against the wall. Hands wide, up onto all fours. I can see the chair. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to shuffle walk. Hands up. Now watch that leg again. Boom. So the reverse was what? Here, hands down. Now hands up. Shuffle. Pause. Curl toe. I know this. I can use my body to get myself up. Got it? Did you see me? I did like a little old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Should we give that a go? Who's up for it? Come on. We've got this. So what I'm looking for first is the reach and grab. Bringing that back knee towards the ground. When it's down there, it can't go any further, right? That's when we bring the other leg around.
If you don't want to do it now, you can do this on the bed. So some of the on the knees, on all fours, you can practice that on the bed if you don't want to do it today and now. Lovely. Or just the stand up, turn around. Wow.
Floor shuffling is a brilliant thing.
If you just want to watch today, that's fine. Do it later. Maybe you want to do it when somebody's with you, and that's fine. Amazing.
Are they giving it a go?
Yeah. Brilliant. Lovely. Fantastic. So all of this knee hand work, you can just practice on the bed. Just come onto your hands and knees on the bed, because then you're on a safe place. You can just pop back down onto your hip. Lovely.
Let me switch out. Let me have a look. Only because I'm nosy. Nice. Brilliant. Well done. It's very tiring. Well
very
done.
tiring.
Okay.
So have a sit down, have a rest.
Let's move on. Yeah.
I was going to show them some exercises that they can do on the bed then.
Oh, okay.
So while you're resting,
Can we just clock the time? Hang on, like 11 time and duration of recording, so we know where to go, and ask them to fast forward too.
All right. Okay, so you have a rest, grab a drink, and we're going to show you some of the exercises that you can do on your bed. So while you're watching this on your bed.
Do you want me to do it and then you instruct?
Yeah.
There won't be a chair. We're already in bed.
So you're on your bed. Helen's going to be on her bed. So at whatever point in the day, you can lie on your side to start with. So we're going to bring yourself, and you wouldn't think twice about doing this on the bed, would you? So while we're on the bed, we're going to pop our feet together and bend your knees, bend your hips, so that one hip is over the other hip. And then we're going to just gently, slowly lift the knee apart. Now, you won't get very far because that hip is going to stay still. It's not going to come back. You're not going to roll back. Okay. Oh, sorry. You're not going to roll back. So it's a small movement, just lifting those knees. Thank you. So you can do that several times. And this will really strengthen around the pelvis. You might feel it into the lower back.
When she says that, it's not unusual to feel like an ache in your hip and bottom when you do this, okay?
The next move we can do is we're going to lift that whole leg up off the bottom leg. So we're going to lift it just and not too high. We see people, if we were live in class and they'd lift it right up to the sky, we just want a little movement.
Again, you're going to feel this just above the pocket of your trousers, the back of your pants, and it just feels heavy. And so this is gravity, the force of gravity, and you're pushing against gravity, so that's why it's such a challenge.
And remember what we do with the bands when we're sitting. This is the equivalent of opening your knees with a band. So the next move, if you want to add on, is to straighten that top leg. Keep your knees together and just straighten the top leg and then lift and lower. Again, not too high. We're really working through the muscles around the hip, lower back. So not very high at all. And just probably about 4-6 times, something like that.
All these movements are used in rehab and used in for hip replacements and hip and back pain.
So let's go back onto the bridge then. So we're going to roll onto your backs.
So in your bed, your mattress will be quite squishy. So think about what it feels like to roll onto your back.
And then just straighten yourself out and you bring your heels towards your bottom and your feet are kind of wide. And then we're going to lift up the bottom to start with, and we call it a pelvic tilt, and we just imagine lifting up the tail first and then lifting up through the spine. So it's not a big clunky lift, it's more like a roll up. So it's a lift and a squeeze of the bottom and then a lower down. And this is a fantastic exercise that you can do every day on your bed.
Again, you'll be squishy in your bed, and we expect that it's more of a challenge. But it's really important to practice this one. It makes you stronger. It really does make you stronger.
Okay, so we're going to then roll over and do the clam on the other side, just so that if you're following at home, you can carry on. So how do you do that? You have to kind of swish across, don't you? Shuffle across, roll onto your side, which takes muscles in the core. Bend through those knees and hips again. Feet are together, and again working through, lifting that knee a little bit. And it's quite good for you to count how many times you do that at home, but really focusing on that technique. And it might be uncomfortable if you've got kind of painful or uncomfortable hips and knees. But it's worth persevering, because as long as you're not getting too much pain afterwards, it is a very good exercise. Okay, then we're going to lift the whole leg up again. So lifting that foot and the knee off and dropping it back on, and really control that movement. Lift and lower, that's it. And then we might not be able to straighten the leg, but try and straighten the leg in front of you if you can. Lift and lower, that's it. And then, lovely. And then we're going to come up Or should we? Yeah. So we're going to take that top arm. Do you want to roll over and show from this side?
Yeah.
So pushing up, using that top arm to push your body up. Helen's going to demonstrate this way. So the arm on top of your body is going to come in front of you. It's going to push you up, push your body weight up, and then you come onto the elbow or the hand, and then come up to a side-seated position. And you need to give yourself a bit of time here just to allow your blood pressure to return to normal.
We have lots of stories where people may have fallen after have done one of these courses with us. And then what normally happens, everybody rushes around you and then they go, just go away, just let me think. And this is a really nice thinking position. So it's like, whew, right, what's next? Now.
So we're going to come onto our hands and knees again. So hands wide, lifting the hips up onto the knees. And I know you don't like it, but try it on the bed. You're safe here. So we're going to come forwards on the hands and then pull back. So what are we doing here is similar to that movement on the chair, but we're putting the weight of our bodies through the wrists, improving the strength and the bone quality, the bone density, the thickness of your bones through the wrists is going to give you strength to be able to push up. We're on our knees again, so we're going to sit back down. And that's all we want you to do on the beds. So that's your homework for today.
What do you reckon? Can I have a thumbs up to say you're going to give this a go for me? Yeah, Maggie's in.
Good.
Cool. Let me just make sure Robin's in. Sal's in. Good.
Everybody.
Thumbs up, Robin. She's got it. She's
Yeah,
all
Jeff.
over this today.
Brilliant,
It's cracking.
Colette.
Well done,
Lovely.
Colette. Lovely. Thumbs up. Good.
Excellent.
Good.
Fab.
Right. Okay. So we're coming back to some adapted Tai Chi. So create a bit of space around you. We're going to do this in sit and standing. I keep touching my ear thinking I've got my earphone in, but I've lost my hearing today. So I'm thinking I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't actually hear you, and there is no earphone in my ear. Right, so watch me get off the ground. While we're here.
Hold your mate. Push up. Big push up. Pump your heels at the top. And up you go. Yay.
Right. Okay, so look at little Violet's face. You look beautiful. Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of three-dimensional movement. Did you see that? As soon as I said it, I did some kind of weird thing with my arms. Right. This just helps us with our breath, but also helps us with our overall natural movement. So first things first, wide base. Knees slightly bent, so sink into them a little so you feel nice and strong. You've got a power base. Okay, and then let's just allow the elbows to lead for a moment. I was watching Sunday Night TV and good old Mr. Attenborough was on, and you think, how do they come up with good ideas? Like another David Attenborough show. He is remarkable, but I was watching the emus last night, and that's my inspiration today. Do you see that? Violet, move your arms, that's it, good girl. So there's like one breath, and then a and a breath. Now notice how arms are getting slightly bigger. And notice how the breath is longer. Breath in, stay. Just continue to breathe. Then we take the arms down and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Take them up, nice and high, lift your chin. And then release your arms down low, chin to chest. Stretch out those arms. Let's do it again. We take a breath in. And a breath out. One more time, breath in and breath out. Okay, now we sway. So there's water that just needs mixing up, like there's oil on the surface, and you just want to move it around. We do not rush. We take our time. Allow for a little yawn. Okay, let's take that up in front of us. And then make it bigger. Make this your own. So for me, it's turning my palms away from me. One more. Well done. Roll your shoulders. Let's start with those elbows again. So smaller. Lovely, Jim. Bigger. Biggest. And again. Exhale. Now, let's take your right hand, take it up. Left arm goes up. Right arm crosses down. Left arm crosses down. Both arms to sky. Take it all the way down. Right arm up. Did you see what's different then? I just went through my body and down. Big circle out. And now change. Hands slide forward. Well done. Cross through the body and up to high V. Lovely. Left arm down, across. Right arm down, across. Open into a big circle, high V. Okay. Right across. Left across. Come up through your center, circle, high V. Take it down and back, straight long arms. Press those hands away from you. Lift your chin. Zzz. Okay, and then from here, we're just going to float the arms forwards and backwards. Allow for the wrists to feel nice and soft. Arms to feel nice and soft. Lovely. Coming back into center, okay, and we shift weight again. Agitate that water with the oil, just mix it up like a figure of 8. But that figure of 8 becomes bigger and in front of you. You do not go fast. Just take your time. Make it yours. My hands burn when I do this. Well done. Come back to center. Take a breath in as if like scooping up to wash your face. Breath out, push your hands away, and then a double roll. Well done. Breath in. Wash your face. Exhale. Press away. Double roll. Inhale. Exhale. Press away. Inhale. Exhale. Press away. Breath in again. Slower, smaller. Last time, breath in. Stay here with your hands settled towards your face. If you can, cup your face with your hands. And then release your hands. Well done. Then make yourself nice and comfortable. We're just going to do a little bit of relaxation and some breath just for a few more minutes as we finish up.
So just settle in your chairs. Literally just a few moments. So just close your eyes, pop your hands on your face. Cover your eyes, your cheeks. And then just take your hands off, rub them together. Rub them together and create some warmth. And pop them back on your face. Pop them on your eyes, your cheeks. Close your eyes. Just breathe and feel that warmth on your face. Just feel that breath as you breathe in and out. And relax your hands on your lap. And just follow that breath. Follow your breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing your shoulders to relax all the way. Your belly relaxes. And you just take a couple more deep breaths in and out. And you come to a more regular breath. Your fingers are resting, gentle, relaxed. And your body should feel calm and relaxed anyway after the Tai Chi. And just be aware of your body and your breath. Just starting to think about your day ahead. To re-energize you and reset your intentions for the rest of the day. Just taking a deep breath in and a sigh out all the way. And then breathe normally. Open your eyes, roll through your shoulders. Have a stretch if you need to and a big yawn. Roll through your shoulders, open and close your fingers. Sorry for yawning. It's good to yawn. Get the oxygen in your body. Pump through your toes. Squeeze your toes in your shoes and give yourselves a round of applause for a very well done job today. Join us on next week for Move More Reimagined, and we'll see you then. Everybody else on Zoom, hang on for a little while and we'll have a chat with you.